Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about the best bets to make for UFC Fight Night. Derek Lewis versus Teixeira, I believe his name is. But basically, if you guys don't know what that means is we're going to be going through the best value picks, best value bets. Maybe ones that might not happen, but if they do hit, they're really, really good ones. For that, I want to probably pick two just because it's already crazy if those ones do hit. But there's some really, really good value on this card. Yeah, let's talk about it. So first, we have Mike Davis versus Mitch Ramirez. You know, Mike Davis is the minus 900 favorite. So Mitch Ramirez at plus 600. You think, that probably sounds, good. Mike Davis coming off of a loss, even though he's fought better competition. The thing that's interesting to me is this over 2.5 at plus 155. That's interesting to me. Under minus 185, plus 155, it could get weird. It could be weird because Mitch Ramirez, even though his striking is not great, his back control is decent. He has decent grappling. He stays in close pretty nicely. Mike Davis might be going in, especially getting wrestled as he did in the last one, and this might become a wrestling match. So the over at 2.5 at plus 155 to me is really, really good value. I like that one a ton. And then another one, you have Walter Walker is a plus 170. That's a little interesting. You look at it and see the under or over. Best value is a plus 100 to go over 2.5 rounds. I don't know if this fight goes over 2.5 rounds. Under is still great value at minus 120. So another one right here, Chidi and Njokuani on top of the over for the Mike Davis Mitch Ramirez fight. Chidi and Njokuani versus Jake Matthews. If you look at that one, over 1.5 rounds is a minus 270. Under is a plus 200. Over for 2.5 rounds for both of them, minus 200 to plus 160. Under 1.5 over, that's interesting. Because Chidi, when he lets his hands go, he does hit hard. I would suspect that Jake Matthews is going to try to grapple him, even if that means a lot of clinching, a lot of using him against the cage, stay in close, stay all the way on the outside or all the way on the inside, not have that distance. I would expect a lot of leg kicks from Chidi, that great jab that he has, the knees up the middle. So that's interesting, honestly. So, again, minus 180 is where you can find the best value on that one, and that's at Bet US. And then under 1.5 is plus 200. Again, Chidi, when he does get finishes, they are early, so under 1.5 at plus 200, that is a check. I'll take that bet as a possibility for sure. And then next, we have Junior Tafa versus George Tokos. I think it was Turo Tokos. I don't know how to say his name. I can't remember right now. But anyways, he's a plus 140. Best value is a plus 150. Even Junior Tafa at minus 160 is not terrible. Over is plus 114 of 1.5 rounds. I like the over because I would expect Tokos to go in there and grapple him, stay super close, especially when the big weakness on Tafa is his grappling. Easy for me, over 1.5 rounds is a plus 114. I like that a ton. Now, I'm worried on Tokos. I have Junior Tafa winning, but Tokos, his leg kicks, our defense is not very good. His striking defense is not very good. Submitted 2 fights ago against Sai and then lost to Navajo Sterling by decision. A lot of film there. But again, Tafa's takedown defense is trash. So over 1.5, I really like. And then this one, Vitor Petrino versus Austin Lane. Oh boy. Over 1.5 is plus 126. I would expect Petrino to absolutely destroy Lane. But I don't know if he's going to go straight in and just strike with Lane. I think Petrino's going to go in there and he's going to try to take him down, beat him up a little bit, and a lot of leg kicks early. I think over 1.5 at plus 126. I almost said plus 116, but plus 126 is great value for that, I think. I like that one a ton. And then Nate Landwehr versus Morgan Sherry, Jesus. Minus 235. Nate Landwehr is a plus it got as high as plus 215. As high as plus is 215. Over under at plus 130 is interesting to me because Morgan hits hard and he's explosive, especially early. I like Morgan to win that one. Under 2.5 is interesting because Nate, even though he's been finished a few times in the UFC, he's not really a guy that gets finished. His fights typically go to a decision or a late finish like he did against Jamal Emmers, even though Emmers was piecing him up before he got tired. The over-under one I would probably stay away with because probably go on the under if I was taking a bet, plus 130. Just decent money there. And then Calvin Kattar versus Steve Garcia. This one is interesting as well. Over 1.5 rounds is minus 165. Under is good value as plus 138. This one's interesting because we don't see Calvin Kattar get finished besides him blowing out his knee, which should not be a TKO loss for Arnold Allen. It just shouldn't be. Sorry. Under to me just doesn't really make a lot of sense because these guys don't get finished. Like, they go to decision. The easy money is a minus 165. It's just easy money. Easy money. And then next we have Wonderboy versus Gabriel Bonfim. I have Wonderboy winning as high. Odds on him are crazy. Plus 310, plus 290, plus 291, plus 260, plus 300. I understand he's older, but Bonfim is not the wrestler of of Gilbert Burns. He is not the wrestler as Bilal Muhammad. He's just not. He was piecing up Joaquin Buckley until he got caught. That is the reality on that. In a striking matchup, I would suspect Wonderboy's going to be leg kicking the hell out of Bonfim. If he does that, it's going to make Bonfim desperate. Opens him up for a lot of unnecessary takedown attempts where Wonderboy can find his shots. Under 2.5 or over, I like the under on that one at minus 115. I just like it. Inside the distance, it would be my bet personally, but I guess under 2.5 is fine. Just in case. It's basically saying it's not going to go to a decision, and I believe that fight does not go to a decision. And then, of course, to me, the best value pick on this card, of course, is Derek Lewis at plus 230 by knockout. It is the most perfect. If you don't hit it, fine. Don't put a shitload on it. Don't put your house on it. But if Derek Lewis is going to win, it's going to be by knockout. Under, over, I don't think this fight goes over. But again, it could. It could. Derek Lewis could go at Teixeira, get him against the cage. Same thing with Teixeira. Could get him against the cage, trading shots. And we don't really know what Teixeira is going to do. So plus 150 is interesting. The over 1.5, I probably would take the money on plus 150. Just to see if it happens. Another one that was a nice 1.5 that I would take both bets on that one. Oh, Steve Garcia, Calvin Kattar, over minus 165. Over on Derek Lewis. Where's another over? Over 1.5 on plus 126 for Victor Petrino. Yeah, I really like those ones a ton. I wish it had the knockout bets and stuff like that. It just doesn't. It's fucking Friday. So that kind of sucks. But either way, those are the bets that I like. I really like. I don't like Austin Lane to win at all. But the over-under is a decent bet for that one, especially being over 1.5 plus 126. His last few fights, he's gone over. So, again, those are the odds. As you can see, I personally like, those are the ones that I like, the ones I talked about, which I went over every single one of them. So whatever, but as always, guys, subscribe, like, comment. Let me know which ones you guys like. Let me know which ones you guys are going to do, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.